Good day, my name is Angeli. Welcome to Nation's Voice Tower, your most preferred YouTube channel, that hub that updates you on issues pertaining to political governance and it affects Nigerians alike, both at home and outside Nigeria. All right. Now, it has been exposed that fuel subsidy may not have been removed. It has been exposed that fuel subsidy might have been brought back secretly without the knowledge of Nigerians. That is what the plan of Bola Ahmed Tinibu has been all the while. All right. So with this particular expose I laid my hands on a very, very important document and news. You could as well check it in the public space. With this information I have, there is trouble. We have been paying subsidy and we never knew. And they are still hiking the fuel pump price. Is that not cheating? That's extortion. That's high-level corruption. Please listen to this. Remember, according to my source, remember when Bola Ahmed Tinibu announced during his swearing-in ceremony that subsidy had gone? You remember that statement? Fine. He apparently lied to Nigerians. Yes, he lied to Nigerians. Okay. The Federation Account Allocation Committee, FAAC, has initiated an investigation to determine what the National Nigerian Petroleum Corporation Limited did with some Nigerian liquefied natural gas profits. That's the NLNG profits, all right. According to the FAAC postmortem subcommittee report for August, the profits from the NLNG paid a dividend of up to $275 million. The NNPC reported that $220 million of the whole payout was utilized to pay off the nation's obligation on subsidy and other things relating subsidy, accounting for 80% of the total dividend. However, NNPC withheld the remaining $55 million or 20% of $55 million or 20% of what should have been paid into the nation's coffers, which the FAAC committee deemed unlawful. So from the investigation of the FAAC, the NNPC Limited, actually from the $275 million received from the NLNG profits as dividends, allegedly used $220 million out of it to pay for petroleum motor spirit or prime motor spirit subsidy. And they allegedly held back $55 million. I don't know why they held back $55 million. According to the Business Daily, this particular information must have been in the public space by tomorrow. You will see it when you check. Either tomorrow, next tomorrow, or anytime from 2 days later, you will see it. But I'm having the news before it comes to you or before it graces your internet space. So that's why we're Nation's Voice Tower. All right. So this is very, very sad. This is very, very, very sad. All right. Well, let's hope that something is done about this, because we can't continue to be paying subsidy, and we are still paying high for fuel. All right. I think that a liter of fuel now back in Nigeria is I had it up to like over 600 naira. All right, this is very, very bad. This can't happen for a long while. Okay, so Tinibu has been extorting us. Tinibu and his ministers have been extorting us seriously. Well, I'm glad we know this. Okay, so we've been paying fuel subsidy even after it was alleged to have been taken away, because 225 million from this proceeds is so 220 million, I beg your pardon, from this NLNG proceeds is so vast. If you would if you convert that to Nigerian naira, that might range into billions of naira, and that is the money for subsidy, obviously. All right, so well, let us hope that these things don't take us away from the face of the earth, because I think we are getting to a point where everything is now becoming like a movie. Yes, he lied to us, and then finally we have seen that he lied to us. All right, no wonder he has been wanting to remain on that seat of presidency without being sacked. Yes, at all costs he wants to be the president. Well, that is that on that update. Now, human rights activist and lawyer Femi Falana and senior advocate of Nigeria has issued a note of warning to the officers of the Nigerian police force, stating that according to the Police Establishment Act of 2020, torture is actually a serious offense, according to Falana, and it attracts 25 years in prison, most especially if the victim dies. He was trying to, sensitize the police officers on their jobs, okay, because it seems they've forgotten what their job is, or what their primary jobs are. All right, he was sensitizing them on the issue of torturing victims and torturing them to death, especially innocent victims. All right, so he has allegedly, explained the fact that when you go against this particular Police Establishment Act of 2020, you might be liable to 25 years imprisonment, regardless of who is involved and whether he's a criminal or not. As long as you've tortured him and he's dead, the IG of the police should put this into cognizance and enact, or should actually make sure that this law is implemented with immediate effect, because we can't have lawless police officers in Nigeria doing all sorts of heinous activities and taking people's lives without any due explanation. All right, that is that. I would like to allow you to watch this video so that you would understand what Femi Falana explained and what he meant by, sensitizing the officers on the Police Establishment Act of 2020. Stay tuned.
I want to warn all police officers to take cognizance of the Police Establishment Act 2020. Torture has become a serious offense. It now attracts 25 years imprisonment. Oh yes. If the suspect dies, whoever is involved will be charged with murder. As they say here, that will not be your portion. Detention. Every month, and we are starting this soon, a chief magistrate will visit every police station in Nigeria. During the visit, the magistrate can grant bail, order the arraignment of a suspect, or ask the suspect to go home completely. However, the magistrate is also empowered to report any police officer who has breached the rights of the suspect. As a matter of fact, I was just telling the IG.
Yeah, the video there, and yes, the police force should be sensitized because they feel I feel that they don't know where they're going to. There are lots of cases on ground, and we're here to see police investigation. All right, yeah, even the recent death of one of the Nigerian celebrities named Mubad. We are yet to hear anything from the police force, and lots of evidences have been made in the public space, and we're yet to hear anything about the police force doing anything about it. But they have come out to say they want to investigate. We are yet to hear. Do you want to investigate when the culprits are out of the country? Is that when you want to investigate? Well, the police are very, very slow for my liking, and they need to be called to order. Yes, this is not the modus operandi of a police force in a country as big as Nigeria. All right. Finally, Chief Atedo Peterside, who is also the Chief Executive Officer of Stanbic IBTC, he has reacted to the judgment of the tribunal in the Presidential Elections Petitions Tribunal that just got concluded a few weeks ago. All right. According to him, the judges have turned the constitution upside down, and they have returned Nigeria to square one. He said lots of things because, of course, you know him, he always comes with facts. You know, he depicted discrepancies in the judgment, and he has explained how this judgment will impact Nigeria, not for a short while, but for a very, very long time. Please stay tuned for Chief Atedo Peterside.
See, I'm particularly worried about pronouncements they made, which appear to have taken us back to square one. I said earlier that the Electoral Act was supposed to improve and get us nearer free and fair elections. If all the major gains from the Electoral Act, the judges have made pronouncements almost reversing or wiping them out, then it's important that Supreme Court decides beyond Atiku and Obi We have elections coming, governorship in Imo. We have elections coming in Edo. We have elections coming in Bayelsa. It's important we know whether INEC is going to conduct these elections the way they handled the elections for Osun, or are they going to repeat this nonsense they did in the presidential election, claiming a glitch and hiding results and posting blurred images and all sorts. It also creates a problem for a winner in terms of legitimacy. What are we hiding 6 months after an election? So I'm concerned more about what it portends for the future and for future elections. Because if we wipe away all the gains, then we can as well ask INEC and DSS and whoever to just tell us who they want to announce as a winner. Because if you make the burden of proof so high for those who have been wounded by the system, then people will resort to self-help. If you are completely silent and ignore voter suppression, then everybody in Edo and Bayelsa and Imo will be thinking about voter suppression.
Right. Well, right. You mentioned the Supreme Court, Mr. Peterside. Let's turn to the Supreme Court in a circumscribed way, of course. If the case is going to be opening there soon, we have to be circumspect. What are the main issues that you see or you believe should be before the court in deciding this seminal case?
No, I think I'm concerned about, like I said earlier, things that concern our future. Can INEC be held accountable at all? If yes, how? Are we placing too high a burden of proof on every petitioner? Who is an acceptable expert witness? Does party membership disqualify a witness? We're talking about, is INEC empowered to make rules, issue press releases, tell us this is what they are going to do, and do the exact opposite? If that is the case, then for the next election, is there any point in INEC bringing out a press release? Have election petitions become impossible, really, because of this 21-day witness oath rule that is being bandied around? Does proving election infractions require the impossible task of calling witnesses from each polling unit in a presidential election? I could go on and on. Can subpoena witnesses refuse to obey court orders and go scot-free? Why would INEC, an umpire, refuse to bring out certified true copies, certified true copies as demanded? What are they hiding exactly? Should they go scot-free?
Right, I told you Peter said there. He said it, of course, he's always saying it. Because over time, he came into limelight during the election campaign period, when he brought the unconventional polls that was done in the public space, in the internet space. He was a person who actually initiated the unconventional polls. All right. So with his facts, I would say that we are really, really, really like down to. We are going down the drain when it comes to the economy, and when it comes to our judiciary, when it comes to security, everything, right? So we need to stand up. We need a president that can really put these things in order, right? Not somebody who will just be there and not look into things, traveling from country to country and doing nothing about it. Okay, please, this is very, very sad, and we would not stop talking about it. From our table, we're saying, see you next time. But before we go, I would like to urge you to share our videos, like them. Don't forget to drop a comment for us in the comment section. If you're watching me for the first time, please tap the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you get to see me anytime I'm dropping a new update. From our table, we're saying bye.